Deployment to Haiti, the Kenyan-led police mission continues to gain ground in liberating the city that has been gripped by gangs, coupled with a political crisis that continues to deepen since the assassination of President Jovenel Moise in 2021. From the capital of Haiti, that is Port-au-Prince, Ayub Abdikadir reports of a country on the brink and how the Kenyan-led mission is registering success.
The streets of Port-au-Prince are fraught with gangs, no doubt. And the eerie silence that welcomes you to Solino neighborhood is a testament to that. And when the gangs in this neighborhood attempt to fire, and yet for mile after mile, it looks like this, a gangland. We're heading to one of the key critical installations in the city, the port in Port-au-Prince. And the road to this critical infrastructure is filled with consequences of conflict. The hallmarks all over. It is yet to be taken over by the gangs. And the Kenyan police who lead the multinational security support mission here keep guard and watch as normalcy sets in.
I can say we made good progress, and we are very proud of our officers who've gone out of their way to make sure that the Asian population enjoy the deserving peace, and also giving the deserving support for the national police, the Asian national police that we are working hand in hand with.
Heading back to the city, to another key critical installation, recently retaken from the gangs, signs of deliberate targeting of places of learning, worship, and social centers are all over. This is the retaken Haitian Police Force headquarters from Jimmy Cherizier, also known as Barbecue. And from the third floor, the Kenyan Police Force here can keep an eye on the city.
And I want to shock you, because when we came here, the Asians were very skeptical. They were not sure that we were going to stay here even for 1 minute. But fortunately, and as we stand here, a lot of renovation is taking place, and being the second forward operating base, we've ensured that area around this place is well pacified.
Decades of economic crisis born out of political patronage, greed and corruption have pushed this Caribbean country to the abyss. And it's this intractable crisis which the international community has abjectly failed to address. Kenya, through the mission it heads here, seeks remedial measures for, albeit funding constraints and less enthusiasm from the international community. Ayub Abdikadir, Citizen TV, in Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
All right, and now Ayub is live with us. He's been patrolling that area since yesterday. Ayub, yesterday we spoke about the situation as it was. I don't know if you've gathered much more, especially when it comes to the humanitarian situation where you are.
Capital. And if then the prayers are that Haiti will come over the horrors of the earthquake in 2010, which is 15 years ago, then that's only tripling the crisis here. This is a country of 12 million people, and it only has 12,000 members of the National Police Service. And that tells you that it's way below the United Nations recommended threshold for police to civilian ratio. To even further drive the crisis is that between the months of February and March this year, more than 1,000 people were killed here in Haiti. And this is the summary execution and extrajudicial killings that the United Nations is decrying here. More than 1 million have been displaced from their homes, adding on to those including learning centers and government infrastructure, which tells you a lot about the crisis that continues to deepen. And even made further catastrophic by the inability by the political class in this country, what the populace here or the common man calls the oligarchy, who have been having an influence over the election since 2004. dismissed by the Transitional Presidential Council just after he visited Kenya, and the fate is unknown largely, given what happens over time with regards to how the council dismisses prime ministers one after the other. And that tells you the extent of the deepening crisis here in Port-au-Prince, the Haitian capital, and also across the archipelago nation, where many people are desperate in this
Right, and Ayub, because we haven't always had a relationship with Haiti, it was sometime last year that the president established a consulate in that country, in that city. How has relations evolved over time, especially when talking about the relationship between the two countries and the mission itself?
Yes, this is the case of leading a mission and also establishing bilateral relations. And we, in the morning earlier, visited the Consular General here in the capital, Port-au-Prince, snaking through the roads here that are tiny because of the favelas here, which is largely common across Southern America and also in the Caribbean. And this is what the Consular General and the former Deputy Inspector General of Police, Noor Gabo, told us when he visited him at his consular residence here in Port-au-Prince.
These officers have done an excellent job in terms of the job they have done when they arrived here. We also have 30 international Kenyans who are working with the United Nations and other bodies here. And this mission is the mission which is taking care of the day-to-day running of those officers. Also, we are here to ensure that we protect and project and promote Kenyan interests within Haiti and the larger CARICOM area. Also, we promote trade, investment, and commerce. That is something we are doing here.